My name is Emily, and I'm from the northern part of Sweden, from a town called Kiruna in Lapland.
Hello, my name is Fanny, and I'm from the same town as Emily in the north Sweden. And I'm 22 years old.
I'm 23, and I work as a waitress at the moment, and saved money to come to India.
Yes, and I study in a town called Uppsala, in the southern part of Sweden. And I've studied law there for 3 years, but now I'm on a magnificent break for 1 year. And I have been working 6 months and earned some money, and now I'm with Emily in India and spending all the money.
Yeah.
How did you know each other?
We're from the same town in Sweden, and it's a pretty small town. So we knew each other a little bit through friends, and then I have always wanted to go to India, and I planned this trip with my work colleague, my workmate, and and then you can.
Yeah, I plan to go to India. I've planned it like 2 years now maybe, and from the beginning I planned to go with my student colleague Isolde, but 1.5 months before we were supposed to leave from Sweden, she told me she didn't have any money, so I was a bit sad about that because we had planned it so long. But then I remember that Emily, which I had as a Facebook friend, she had posted a status a couple of months earlier that she was going to India. So a desperate move, I called her up and like, hello, this is your Facebook friend.
Yeah, so Fanny just called me, and yeah, I've always liked Fanny before, and I was like, yes, of course you can come. So yeah, and then we arrived, me and my work friend, we arrived to India the 9th of January. To just here in Kerala, in Trivandrum, and then Fanny came to meet us just 4 days later.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And then we started off working as volunteers on a farm for 3 weeks.
Oh, in India?
Yeah, here in India.
Oh.
So.
How did you get this opportunity? In the farm? Is from the internet or where?
Yeah, it's an organization called WWOF.
Yeah, Worldwide of Organic Farming. So WWOF. It's very famous. So we just became members on the internet, and then you write to different people, and they can say, yeah, you're welcome to come here. So.
You can check, most of the farms has their own web page, and you can check out which place seems nice, and then you just email and ask if they have.
Why did you two choose India? Is your journey places that you feel interest about?
Yes, for me it was. I've never been outside Europe, so it was. I wanted to go somewhere exotic, and India it's a good place, I think, for young people to do. We've been backpacking like 2.5 months now, and India is a good place because.
What do you feel about India? Before and after, any difference?
Before, yes, I expected like heaven and hell in the same country. That it was going to be like really amazing and fantastic people and colorful and a live country, but also like a lot of garbage, a lot of violence, and too much people and too much noise.
In Sweden everything is so clean and it's so black and white. People are just not really friendly. They are friendly, but you don't talk to strangers, and the culture is so different. So that's why I wanted to go to India, because of all the colors and everything you see, the music. Yeah, everything seems so much more alive. Yeah, and then but then everyone told me like it's so many diseases, so many poor people, so much garbage, and then Yeah, but
all things are negative, right?
yeah.
And then it was just before we left Sweden, it was this rape in New Delhi. So then it was, and also a lot of documentaries in Sweden, and all the newspapers were writing about this anti-resistant bacteria, which were a lot of in India. So people were not that thrilled about me going to India.
Yeah, and I've always been. I like yoga a lot, and India is like the the center of yoga in the world. So that's also one of the, and also the vegetarian food. I've heard so much about the vegetarian food, so it's a perfect place to go if you're vegetarian too. And if you're and if you have a tight budget.
And
What foods you like in here that you, vegetarian? That means, can you introduce some that you like most?
Yes, we really like the rice pancakes. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
It's called dosa and idli, and I think both me and Fanny, we like the street kitchen food the most. The one you can find everywhere in India. Really, really delicious food like thali and or biryani or dosa, and very cheap and very simple. Like just go there and you eat with your hands and you get refills and everyone is friendly. And
is it your first time that using your hand?
Yes.
What feeling about?
Yeah,
that?
first it is a bit strange, and all the strong spices like on your hands is a bit unusual, but yeah, then you kind of get into it.
Yeah, I find it a bit. I prefer to eat with a spoon, but I try my best to be polite. But yeah, it's very different.
I think we have struggled a bit with the hotels and not being so clean as you're used to, and you can get like old sheets and sand on the floor, and yeah, and they say that it's clean and it's not. So that's a bit, but you just have to like accept it and maybe learn something from that also, that it doesn't, that's not the only thing in the world to have it nice and clean. It's good to be flexible and to be warm-hearted and generous, and as most people they can invite you even if they haven't cleaned the rooms. So yeah.
Yeah, in Sweden everyone thinks about, they worried about what people will think about their homes, because it's so important with fashionable furniture, and that it looks clean, that it looks, everything is white, everything is clean. And here no one really cares about that. It's more about the meeting between people and that you're generous, not that the outside should look nice. It's it's so different.
Yeah, I guess one thing you learn is to be patient.
Okay.
And don't over plan it, because nothing goes the way you have planned it anyway. So just go with the flow. In Sweden we have like, you always want to know what happens next. Why do I stand here? How long will I stand here to wait for
time?
this? What time?
All things are prepared well.
Yeah, exactly. And here, so magically it just works out, even if you don't know. You just have to accept, I'm standing in this wedding queue waiting for the food. I don't know how long it will get, even I don't know if I'm gonna get food, but things will work out, and that's a very good.
If we arrived at this enormous bus station in Bangalore, and we had not booked a bus, and we didn't know where to go. It's like 6 million people in that city, and it was late at night, and we just had no plan, because we thought that was the best way. And even though we had no plan, things work out because Indian people, they are there for you, they help you, and that's a very big difference from Sweden, because in Sweden people take care of themselves, they don't bother you. But in India, if someone sees that you're lost on a big bus station, they help you.
Yeah.
So I feel so safe in India.
Oh.
Even though it's crazy with the people, but you feel safe because people care about each other in a different way.
We've only been in southern India, so we can't speak of northern India, but yeah, people have been so nice. And I dropped my wallet once without noticing it, so I was walking back to the farm with Karin, the other girl, and suddenly a rickshaw driver came behind and shouted like, yeah. And we had been going with a rickshaw to a beach the day before, so I was thinking he was asking us to come this day also. So I'm like, yeah, no beach today. And he just keeps shouting and takes off my wallet. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know that I've dropped it. So I had my Visa card in it and everything, so it was a bit panicking. And yeah, he was so nice that he came with it. And then he asked for some money for, so he asked for 30 rupees. And that's like, I don't know, it's like, how many dollars?
I don't know, maybe 50 cents.
Yeah, or something. And then he just, okay, no, 20 rupees is fine. So yeah, it's incredible. They're really nice. Most of the people really nice.
Yeah, and they invite you to food, and even though they're really poor, they give you things, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a different kind of politeness, as we spoke about. Clean is a way to be polite in Sweden, like having a clean home and inviting friends with a really planned dinner and everything. And in India it's polite to just be spontaneous and go with food to the neighbors, even if you don't know them or they will only stay 1 week, as we did at the farm. The neighbors there were really nice to us, and yeah.
Hey, can you say about what it is in your? Is it the Hindu that the same
This is.
symbol that is?
I know that if you have a dot up here, it means that you're married, and here, but this is only for decoration. A lot of Indian people and tourists like to wear them, and I think it's just a nice, a nice thing to wear. I'm not really sure if it means light or something, maybe. I'm not sure. I think it's mostly for decoration. And then you can have all different sorts of bindis, but this one is only for to look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, is it? What is your next trip coming after the India? That trip?
After India,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking Emily leaves on Friday, and I might stay.
Do you go back to home or?
Yeah, I'll go back to Sweden now after 2 months.
So
I need to go
continues
back.
your working or?
I don't have a job. I quit it, so I need to find a new job.
Is it easy for you or for teenagers to?
No.
Not teenagers, the young people that.
Not so easy.
Not so easy.
No.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it because I really wanted to go to India. So I will try my best to get a new job.
You will.
Yeah, I think I will. If I really
She's
want
such
to.
a good worker.
Is it very common in your country that young people will go around the road?
Yes, it's
not-
really common, I would say. Most of my friends does this like Asia trip, going to Thailand and Indonesia and Australia is really popular to go for 6 months or something to work there.
Yeah, we are very lucky to have the opportunity to get visa easily and to save money in Sweden. Even though I have a very low paid job, I can go to India because our currency is much more valuable. So it helps a lot. We're so lucky to come from Sweden.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
Okay.
Yeah, And we became so good friends. Yesterday we spoke about that we have been together 69 days, sleeping practically in the same bed for 69 nights.
Wow.
For 24 hours every
And we
day.
haven't been apart like more than 3 hours. It's so crazy.
Yeah. So now we're very good friends.
Yeah.
Before we didn't know each other. Yeah, it's a great experience.